Let's get started first, because I do want to talk about the casting of Superman. This is very, very interesting because I thought it was going to take longer to get through the casting process. Did you feel that way too? Like they were going to take their time with this?
I didn't think they were going to take their time. I just think that I thought they were going to do like what they're doing with Fantastic Four, where they're like, this
guy, just to
get the hype out there.
Yeah. So it says Superman Legacy. James Gunn taps David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan to play Clark Kent and Lois Lane in the DC Studios film. The most interesting thing I thought about this, I posted on Twitter earlier, is like all the articles outside of this one from Deadline, which changed the picture after the fact, seem to go out of their way to find the worst possible photos of this guy.
The most metrosexual looking photos of David Corenswet possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that he actually does look like kind of metrosexual.
Well, here's the thing. Dude is 6'4". He's tall enough to play Superman. He's got the jaw to play Superman.
But he's just Walmart version Henry Cavill. And what people wanted was Henry Cavill, so you can't compete with that.
I've got this here. Serenco Productions sent me this on Twitter earlier. Yes, he is very much Kirkland brand Henry Cavill in many, many ways. But he's also younger and he's cheaper. He doesn't cost as much per film.
I still thought Tom Brittney would have been a better choice. Or we were talking about Glenn Powell or Miles Teller.
I like this casting the more I see it, especially considering it's going to give him time to bulk up. He's going to have to put on a lot of muscle.
Also, am I wrong that Rachel Brosnahan looks like Evan Rachel Wood?
I don't.
It does, yes.
Super. And also, we've gotten a comparison to Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks.
Yep.
We got a $20 one from Granticus. He said they should cast Seamus being Superman and Mary being. You mean Lois, not Louis. Seamus is already a cartoonist and he is an alien as well. Mary is also already a journalist. Seems like a perfect combo. I will not stand for being slandered as a journalist on this show. I would never call myself that.
Yeah, commentator, not journalist.
No, anything but that.
Look, they actually, what I really do believe is because, the Deadline had a very different photo of him up earlier, and I guarantee you his publicist called these outlets and was like, dude, you got to change the photo. You got to help the people visualize what it's going to look like to see this dude in this role.
He looks like he works at an Apple store.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far. Apparently, she was the favorite. I was watching a podcast earlier. They were talking about. Apparently, she was who they wanted for that role, and it was basically her role to lose. All she had to do was do good at the audition, and they were going to give her that role anyways. Which is interesting because usually for a role like this, you would screen test extensively with the actors to make sure they have good chemistry.
Well, they screen tested with a couple other women, Emma Mackey included.
Yes, but you'd think they'd want to do more screen tests to make sure the chemistry's there between the actors.
Someone said that Rachel Brosnahan is too old to play Lois Lane, but I looked at their ages.
She's 32.
Yeah, she's 32. David Corenswet is 29.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're at the outset of it, but I think they're fine there, right? Also, if you didn't know, she's Kate Spade's niece. Handbag designer.
Your aunt Rachel.
Yeah. Handbag designer Kate Spade. That's her niece. So who was married to David Spade's brother.
So she was his sister-in-law.
Yes. So
I didn't know that before.
Yeah. So it's
Nepo baby alert.
That's what happens in Hollywood. I've never watched.
Rooney and Kate Mara are descended from the Steelers owners and the Rooney family.
Oh, okay.
They're all Nepo babies. Huh?
I've never seen The Marvelous Miss Maisel, but I have seen her in House of Cards. Yeah. She's plenty good enough to do the role. I think she'll be fine with that. She's going to have to be able to do boss, but not boss babe, meaning that she's a journalist. She's very good at her job. Clark Kent is in a lot of ways, she's dismissive of him in early Superman, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that when they produce this movie. I'm not sure. I don't know if I don't think James Gunn is the guy to make this movie, personally. Yeah. I don't feel like his sense of humor works for Clark Kent, but
maybe he's going to try to take it more seriously.
He's good at the character moments. James Gunn does great with character development, but his sense of humor usually leaves a lot to be desired for me when it comes, not in general. I love his version of the Suicide Squad. I loved the first Guardians movie, but in general, it doesn't seem like it fits with Superman, but I could be wrong.
That's what to your point about, you would think they want more screen testing. He seems like the kind of guy who's like, I've already got this person in mind. I know this person. I know what this person's like.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, I've worked with this person, her specifically, or just has an idea of exactly what he's going for, and he saw it in something else she did.
So there, I got some. I decided to pull up some. There was like a bunch of photos of this guy and see if like there's any of these that actually look more like Superman than others. That one's not bad. Oddly enough, him with facial hair seems to be the one that has the most actual look for him, where he actually looks like the most on point. But obviously, Superman doesn't have that. So, and of course, it went away. Like we lost it here. Yeah, that's. I would have to scroll back and find it again. No, they might have gotten rid of the article. Oh, they might have pulled
scrubbing evidence.
They might have pulled it.
Nicholas Hoult was also in consideration for Superman.
And now what they're saying is he could be in the running for Lex Luthor.
Oh, for Lex Luthor.
He was originally supposed to be cast or up for casting as Lex Luthor. Yeah. They're also considering the Skarsgårds.
He was up for Batman, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Or no, yeah, maybe it was Batman that I'm thinking of. But the Skarsgårds could be up for Lex Luthor. Also, they were saying Bradley Cooper maybe, because Bradley Cooper works with James Gunn quite a bit. I could see that.
I could see that.
Like him with the shaved head and the I could see.
He
him
can go pretty arch too.
Yeah.
So if they wanted him to be pretty crazy.
The other one they listed was like maybe Batista, like as like because they're using Michael Cudlitz as Lex Luthor on Superman and Lois right now, which gives you a different look at what the character looks like, right? So who would you cast as Lex?
As Lex Luthor? I mean, that's a great question. I wouldn't go John Cryer like that, like Supergirl went, but that's tough, man. I think I would need a second to think about what I would want to do. I also want to know, like, at what point in Lex Luthordom is he?
Well, they're doing young Superman, right. So like.
But like, is he like an up and coming businessman, or is he already like friends with the mayor?
I'm still working my way through Smallville, and it's amazing how good Michael Rosenbaum is in that.
You know, it wouldn't be bad. I generally like him more as a character actor, but Jai Courtney.
Yeah, I mean, as Lex, but then they're reusing an actor from previous DC. I'd rather
do that in Marvel all the time, where somebody plays the same character in the next movie or a different character in the next movie.
I would rather they just go away from it and get all new actors. There's plenty of actors working today. There's a whole Screen Actors Guild looking to strike that they could do for that. Like they don't need to. They don't need to go with the same
just
people
go
for all that.
Look down the list of all the people striking.
People in the chat are saying Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he's got the bald head.
Yeah.
He could actually do that, right? Look, Skarsgård would probably be a good example.
Bill Skarsgård or Alec?
Both of them. They said
Wait,
said
there's
both
two of them?
Yep.
There's three of them.
Yep.
Wait, who's the third one?
Olaf, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then their dad also. So.
Who's the one in the
Skarsgård.
movie that we just watched?
Bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he like the bigger one?
No.
Oh.
No. So Alexander Skarsgård is like he's in True Blood. He's
okay.
Then their dad is like Bootstrap Bill in Pirates of the Caribbean, and then the other one is mostly still working in Sweden, I believe.
Olaf,
I believe.
That's fitting for him.
Well, with a name like Olaf,
Yeah.
you're gonna continue.
Stay.
You're gonna continue
You
I think
stay
it's
over
Olaf.
there.
to work in Sweden, right? So, and from what I understand, they're still doing the Val-Zod the Black Superman Val-Zod Calvin Ellis Superman with Ta-Nehisi Coates. Whether that actually comes to
Gustav.
path. Oh, is it Gustav?
Yeah.
That's
Olaf.
Yeah.
That's an amazing name.
Gustav
for
Skarsgård. Yeah.
Gustav. Well, I don't. Do you know any Gustavs?
No.
The only Gustav I can think of in a movie even was.
I have a friend whose last name is
Gustav.
Gustafsson.
There was the bad guy in the last Pierce Brosnan Bond movie was Gustav Graves.
That's a good name.
That's just
I like the alliteration.
yes,
Yeah.
That's bad guys. You got to alliterate them. I just
Parker.
don't know if I think that this is going to work under James Gunn, but I'm willing to be impressed. So, is there somebody, if you could have picked a director that you would have rather had do it than James Gunn? Is there something you think of?
His name is. I'm blanking on his name now. He's Tom Cruise's guy.
Oh, Christopher McQuarrie.
Christopher McQuarrie. Yeah. I think he would have been good. Christopher McQuarrie or Chris McKay.
Okay.
Chris McKay.
Peter McKay?
No, Chris McKay.
Chris McKay.
The guy who did. Is it Chris McKay that did Bumblebee?
That was Peter McKay.
That was Peter McKay.
I could be wrong about that. Let's leave. Jamie, look that up.
Wish we had a Jamie.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, wouldn't that be fantastic? But yeah, like so I
Travis
think,
Knight.
I
Chris
think
McKay is
McQuarrie-
Lego Batman.
Okay, I think Christopher McQuarrie would be good at it, but I
Travis
don't know
Knight.
if he would want to work under that. He's
Travis
gotten
Knight.
Christopher McQuarrie's been able to give a lot of free reign by Paramount to do what he wants with his movies.
Well, he is a lot like other in my opinion, he's Christopher Nolan light.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, have you watched his movies that he's kind of jacks his style. He has a different tonality. He's better with characters than I think
Than
Christopher
Nolan
Nolan is. But like stylistically, what was the Fallout? Fallout is The Dark Knight.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, it's The Dark Knight.
I
It
love that
just
movie.
straight up stole the what am I trying to say? The like escape scenes, and it's The Dark Knight, and just straight up.
On the roof of the skyscraper and everything.
Well,
like
like
that,
no,
out
when
of
they
the-
like
out of the
drive
plane.
the truck, like crash it out of the thing to escape with
Yeah.
him, and stuff. It's
I like McCoy.
I do too.
I like- he's-
I'm not. If you're gonna steal from the best.
Yeah.
But it does feel like The Dark Knight, and Sam Mendes does the same thing where he steals another director's style for a movie. But no, I think Travis Knight. And the reason I would say Travis Knight is because did you see Bumblebee?
Yeah.
It has what a Superman movie should have, where it's not cynical, it's not corny, it just nails.
It
like-
rides the line to corny,
Yeah.
but doesn't quite go there.
Right, which is what you have to
good.
do with Superman.
Which is interesting too, because I remember the trailer being. I felt like the trailer did that perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
where it felt not hopeful, but it took itself just seriously enough that it's fun, but it's not depressing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're probably right about that. I don't know. Well,
Felt the same way about Kubo and the Two Strings, which was his movie before that.
I was like, I didn't know Travis Knight directed, but I was thinking of Christina Hodson is the one who wrote it.
Yes.
Not directed. So who would you cast for Batman then? For
Oh man, Jensen
Jensen
Ackles,
Ackles.
100%.
Yeah.
What a missed opportunity if you don't.
they can still do
The
it.
same with Joel. Like Pedro Pascal's great, but Jensen Ackles
Is he
feels
really
alone.
great? Is he really though?
Well, okay, he
I
has
don't
been
like him.
great in the past.
Is he?
The Red Viper was great, but like Jensen Ackles would have just nailed life. Just fits the role.
Plus, he's wanted that role for a long time, and he's campaigned for it.
Yeah. For which one?
For Batman.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's played him in voice
Animated,
Yeah,
but he's saying like he's one of those actors who can go from animated to screen because
Yes.
he was a screen actor first.
Yes. Yeah, and he's pushing 50 now, right?
Is he?
Yeah, he's like
oh my gosh, is he really that old? I guess because he was in Dark Angel, which came out in like 2000, and he's
Yeah.
already in his mid 20s.
what is he like 47?
He's got it. I guess he is about that old, right? 78. Yeah. No, he's mid 40s.
Mid 40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
45.
I thought you meant he was 78
Yeah,
years
for a
old.
second I was like, wow.
Born in 78.
Impressive.
All right. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.